Hi, I'm back. I'll be reading some more from The Deep End of the Ocean. Chapter 17. Chapter 17. Though in his opinion Kilgore had missed his calling as a vet, he had more horse pictures on his wall than they had at Churchill Downs. Reese didn't entirely mind going back a second time. It was partly the look on his dad's face when Reese agreed to try seeing the swing again. It was the same look Pat got when he finished raking the oak leaves for the third time in the fall. Like he could pretend that during the winter some magic thing would change, and it would never be fall again, and he would never have to do the same job. It was a look that in Reese's mind was accompanied by the sound of someone dusting his hands together. There, that's done. On the whole, Reese would have preferred scraping paint off the Sears Tower to another little get-together with clue-free Kilgore. Call me Tom, or even Dr. Tom if you want. Reese couldn't believe it, but he liked that it smoothed some of the wrinkles off his dad's forehead, made his dad's eyes open a little wider, like eyes that weren't always trying to read. Little print. He knew that his dad had been after his mom and Rosie Ann, Angelo, and Bill to go to a meeting with Kilgore too. Rosie didn't care, but Bill wasn't too cool on the idea, and so we could gather from the one side of phone conversations he was usually able to get because his dad had this like sixth sense about someone being on the extension, or even if you put a handkerchief over it and held your breath. The real reason Reese didn't mind going back to Kilgore had to do with Kilgore being a psychiatrist instead of a school social worker or something, which Reese could easily tell, having spent a lot of time with school counselors when he was little over some goddamn school thing or other. Was he clinically depressed? Did he have Reese's favorite? It made him sound like the reverse vitamin enriched kid. Underachiever syndrome? Reese could tell Kilgore wasn't like the others because his office was decorated so cool. Skinny white panels of handmade paper lined up with only one, the second to the last, violet, which went with some pillows Kilgore had on his couches. Now, if there had been two panels with purple, one on each end, it would not necessarily mean the guy had money, but just the one, sort of thrown in there, was classy. And showing up before he went back, Reese looked Kilgore up in the phone book, and there he was, Thomas K. Kilgore, M.D. So that meant Reese could tell him about the heart thing, which he couldn't tell his dad. Since Dad had the heart attack, Reese didn't even feel like telling him when he had a sore throat. The heart thing, which had been going on for a while, would be a good way to use up time when he saw Kilgore again. It would distract Kilgore from Reese's eye, which he knew Kilgore would bring up. In fact, he knew his father had told Kilgore about it in advance, but not just that, because it was getting concerning. The whole thing was happening almost every night now, not just once in a while, and sometimes in school too. His heart would just take off like a flapping seagull, getting up steam to rise off the water. Bash, bash, bash. The first time it happened, we thought I'm fucking dying, and he tried to get up out of bed, but he was out of breath, so he lay back down, and gradually it slowed until it felt like a regular heart again, which is to say, it felt like nothing, like you didn't notice it at first, because it didn't start happening until after the fight. He thought asshole Kramer had broken a rib or something when he decked him, but it didn't hurt other times like at all. So we figured it was inherited heart disease, getting started early. And when he went to the office when Dad was talking to Kilgore in the sort of porch place outside, he got one of Kilgore's green books down, Growing Up, Bio-Emotional Aspects of the Adolescent, and tried looking up early onset heart disease. He didn't get the book back in fast enough, though, because Kilgore had shoes like Mr. Rogers, properly to keep from knocking up that lovely polished maple floor, and he was standing right there. Before Reese could do anything, Reese almost shed a skin. I'm sorry if I scared you, said Kilgore, out of all nice. It's okay, Reese was sweating. He took a deep breath. Actually, I don't care, because there was this one thing I wanted to ask you about, since I was going to be here anyway. Kilgore sat down on the chair opposite Reese. Ask away, he said. Where's my dad? We're done. Okay, you're a doctor, right? I'm a psychiatrist. Shit, thought Reese. Okay, let's make this as prissy as possible. But you have to be a regular doctor to be a psychiatrist. So you were a doctor once, right? Yep. And I still am. I can prescribe antibiotics and everything. Kilgore smiled. What happened to your eye? You already knew. I heard my dad tell you. I got jumped by some asshole. I just wanted to see if you got the license plate. The what? Of the truck that hit you. Oh, what a riot, thought Reese. Well, actually, yeah, I know the guy. He's a sort of professional jerk. Jerk about town, yeah, we said. He liked that face. Jerk about town. But whatever, I'm having this problem at night when I'm in bed. Most guys your age have, oh Christ, thought Reese. I don't mean that. I think I'm having a heart attack is what. And I don't want my dad to know, because he will go totally crazy. Why do you think you're having a heart attack, Reese? Told him about the seagull in his chest. Kilgore got up for a minute and looked at a horse. Then he picked up a little spiral notebook and made a note. just like swings in the movies. Vincent, has this been a problem for a real long time? Reese, of course, I'm sorry. It's just, it's actually kind of weird. Not bad weird. Kind of neat. You don't meet that many kids who change their own name, just adults. Mostly ex-cons, I guess. What about your heart, Reese? How long have you been noticing this? I figured you'd ask, so I actually thought about it for months off and on. But all but all the time since the fight. Was the fight a really bad experience? I mean, your eye looks like an undercooked Big Mac, but even so, it wasn't any worse than any other fight Been in a lot of fights. We sniffed unconsciously, my share. But this time you got hurt. I get hurt a lot. Kilgore laughed. He fucking laughed. Has anybody ever told you the meaning of the word counterintuitive? No, we whispered. I mean, if you get hurt a lot, are you the kind of guy who never makes the same mistake once? Once? Listen, Dr. Kilgore, Tom, the reason I got beat is 'cause I wasn't ready for him, and also, the guy is like 5'10", 180, so why did you piss him off? Why, thought Reese? Why is a good question. He knew why. He set out to find Kramer and piss him off. He knew that. Picked Judy up on the way. They had to look two places in the conversation park where Kramer normally smoked like a big boy, and at the playground near the hoops, which was where they finally did find him. Kramer and his sensational friend, the rubber dick Angotti. I don't know, he said. He annoys me. More that day than any other time? No. So why that day? We thought hard. And as he did, Kilgore said, Did you have trouble with your mom, your dad? Something going on at school? No, we said. Honestly, it was an ordinary Saturday morning. I didn't have to get back for any games or sports scores until like 2 or 3. So I was just riding my bike. Riding your bike? I was riding my bike around the neighborhood. I went down to where these younger kids play street hockey. At this one kid's house. Do you play too? No, we laughed. They are like 9. So why did you go there? I like to read. Looked up at Kilgore. He felt a single wing beat, and his chest subsided. I just like to watch this one kid play. He's really good. He a friend? I told you no. He's like 8. I don't even know him. Kilgore looked puzzled. I just saw him in the neighborhood this one time. And then I went past his house, and he was playing street hockey, so I watched. How long ago was this? Months. A few months. Months ago, yeah. So when you go over there and watch, do you talk to this kid? No, I just sit there on my bike and watch. Have you done this more than a couple of times? What's the point? Just curious. Well, like a dozen times, maybe more. He's a really good street hockey player. And you know, I'm interested in sports. Does he remind you of somebody? What thought Reese? Like you. Like who? Like maybe you. When you were younger, we said slowly no. He's really big for his age, for example. No, he doesn't look like me at all. The girls suddenly gathered with determination. Reese leaned forward on the couch and hugged his arms to his chest. Reese. Kilgore was on his feet. It's happening right now. The hard thing, yeah. Reese, Kilgore sat down on the couch beside him. I'm going to tell you exactly what's happening to you. You are not dying. You're not having a heart attack. You are having a panic attack, and though it feels very frightening and very real, and it is very real, it's not dangerous. It's not going to kill you. I didn't really think we gaps, but maybe you did. I know it feels like it's going to kill you because I had some once. Kilgore put his hand on the middle of Reese's back. He pushed. Not like he was hugging Reese or anything. He just sort of pushed. Like Reese was a bicycle pump. Press. Release. Press. Blow gently and slowly out through your mouth, Reese. But keep it steady. Pretend you are blowing up a balloon. Reese did it. And as he did, he could sense the topping of the hill, the change that meant that, although the gauze kept beating, it was going to end. It was going to settle down. He gulped, waiting for the sensation of stopping. And as soon as it came, Kilgore didn't keep sitting there. He got right up and acted like nothing out of the ordinary had happened. So it was after the street hockey game. We still felt kind of sick, but he figured if Kilgore was going to blow it off, actually, kind of a relief, he would play along. Yeah, I went to get Jody, and we went to the playground, and I went into Kevin Kramer. Joke about town, yeah. And what started the fight? Well, they were playing basketball, and I sort of rode past. And that was it. Just right then, you were having at it? No, because I rode in between them. Ah, and this guy, his friend Angotti, this guy with like gray hair, like gray hair. He's been held back so many times, had to jump out of the way. Oh, and they are like CAPPADO always. You little freak, and you didn't want to put up with that, would you? No, it wasn't so much that they were making jokes about my height. No crime to be short. You know, Reese, it doesn't mean you are going to be short all your life either. What they were saying was I was, stunted all over. I see. This guy is like a sophomore Kramer. I see. So I just said some things, some ordinary thing like, don't talk about your old man like that. And he goes out of his mind. Is this the first fight you have had with Kramer? Yeah, well, we considered it. Not really the first verbal fight. First physical fight? Well, he just moved here. I see, right. But your other fights, look, people just can't keep their mouths shut. Their mouths shut. Reese got up off the couch and went to stand in front of one of the other horse pictures. He realized that the man holding the horse bridle was Kilgore, and there was a little girl sitting on it, a little girl with blonde hair, like Carrie's. She had on this miniature-sized riding hat, a black thing with a big brim. You could hardly see her face. Is that your kid? Is that your kid? My little sister. Your sister? She's 10 now. Big Irish family. There are 8 kids. I'm the oldest, and she's the youngest. I was already in medical school when she was born. What's her name? Tess. They are not all T's, are they? Yeah. Fortunately, they are, said Kilgore. Terrace, Tracy, Tara. You got pretty lucky. Don't I? Don't I know it? He got up. Reese, we are pretty much at a time. I want you to remember the balloon blowing thing, because that kind of breathing helps bring a panic attack to a close sooner. If you can concentrate on it, okay? Okay. And next time we will talk more about how you can stop having them and why you are having them. Okay. And there's one other thing I want to show you. Kilgore reached out one hand and Reese cringed. Here comes the hug, he thought in disgust. But all of a sudden he was down on one knee. It was as if the guy had dug a piece out of his neck with the lit end of a sparkler. Jesus Christ, we screamed. He was nearly crying. It won't hurt long, said Kilgore, and he was right. The hollow just behind Reese's earlobe, which had felt electrified a minute before, was now simply limp. Reese pressed it gently. It felt pretty normal. I'm sorry, but you had to understand how this depends on surprise. What did you do? As Reese rubbing his neck. We used to call them pressure points, said Kilgore, taking Reese's hand and putting his thumb against a place between two of his fingers. See? You push and bam. Reese pulled his hand away. How did you learn that? Medical school. There were nerve bundles all over the human body. See? Kilgore showed Reese a point behind the elbow, one near the small of his back. You can look in an anatomy, ANATOMY book, and see where a lot of them are. Here, you can borrow mine, and you can tell when you find one. Because you can make that place start to tingle if you press it just a little. And if you press it hard, it will hurt like anything. You don't usually press that hard on yourself, of course. What are you? It's just Reese. You can bring down an ox if you know the pressure points, and if you are going to keep on getting in fights. I just thought you might. Well, said Reese. Thanks, I guess. I'm a short guy too, Kilgore said. See you next Saturday. Okay, that's all for now. Bye-bye.